Hi, I'm Liz, and Amazon Influencer has gone international. And I know a lot of you have been asking about the process that I'm using as I experiment with all of the different international marketplaces that are live. And so I wanted to take some time today to walk you all the way through my process. I am going to cover a little bit about what influencer is, what the international marketplaces are, and some basic kind of information for anybody who hasn't been following along yet. But down below, I'll have the chapters. So if you just want to go straight to my process of how I'm tracking and uploading and keeping track of like which storefront and which videos are where, you can just click on the chapter down below and it'll take you straight to it. But if you're new here, my name is Liz. I am the founder of Fluencer Fruit, where we talk about all things Amazon influencer. We help content creators and Amazon sellers succeed with the Amazon influencer program because it really is unique in that content creators and sellers can win together with this, right? It's one of the only places in the Amazon ecosystem where the two programs really go hand in hand. So let's talk about influencer first. If you're not familiar with the Amazon influencer program, it is an offshoot of the associates or the affiliates program. But instead of pushing traffic from somewhere offsite like TikTok or Instagram or YouTube over to Amazon, Amazon influencers are creating what's called shoppable content that lives on Amazon. And the very, very cool part about this is that people who are shopping just come across our influencer content. And if they make a purchase after engaging with our content, we make a small commission. So it's basically like UGC or user generated content that Amazon has approved to live on site. So you get to take advantage of all that traffic on Amazon. Now, recently, Amazon has launched shoppable videos internationally. So up until probably 3 weeks before I'm recording this video, shoppable videos, which appear on site, were only available on the .com or in the US. And so they have started rolling out shoppable videos in all of the influencer geos. So in addition to the US, there are 15 other countries where the Amazon influencer program is available. Up until this point, the only thing that you could do with that was create a storefront and upload shoppable photos. There was no video option. Now, they have progressed to where we can upload videos to every one of the international marketplaces, but there is not yet on-site placement for the shoppable videos in 14 of the other geos. So currently we are seeing Canada roll out on-site placement. It appears categorically like they are doing home and maybe cleaning. I saw pets, which I'll show you here in a minute, rolling out. So it's not site-wide on the .ca marketplace, but it is at the beginning stages. Now, I do want to say as we start into this conversation that in no way should you consider this financial, legal, or tax advice because there is still a lot that we don't know, and I am not a professional in any of those areas. This video is intended to help those of us who want to go experiment in the other international marketplaces so that we can learn together, right? So what I'm going to show you today is basically 2 to 3 weeks old. We're all learning as we go right now. And so I just wanted to share what I've found so that you can join in if you want to get in early. Now, here are a couple reasons that I am getting in early. One, I like to test everything so that I can share it with you guys so that if you decide you don't want to get in early and test it, you can follow along and hear like how things are going for me. So that's the first reason. Two is with the Amazon ecosystem, there tends to be this weird honeymoon phase, right? And now I can't prove this to you for this program, but just watching holistically from merch to seller to a couple other things that I've done on Amazon in the past, there seems to be this first mover honeymoon advantage where currently, for example, on Canada, there's no approval process for getting on-site placement, right? In the US, you have to submit 3 videos. You have to wait for them to approve it, and it can take anywhere from 3 to 5 days to 6 to 8 weeks, depending on where we are in the year. So at the moment, there's not that approval process in Canada, and we're seeing people get placed on site on listings. And I'll show you one of mine here in a little bit. So I like to take advantage anytime I can for that getting in before they implement some of their review processes. So you'll see here in a minute when I pull my spreadsheet up, I have actually intentionally uploaded more than 3 videos to as many of the marketplaces as I can in an attempt to get in early. If they're going to roll out on-site placement, I'm kind of hoping to have that pre-existing approval once they start implementing all of the procedures that we have here on the .com to all of the other marketplaces. So I'll show you my spreadsheet here in a minute, but let's start. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And what I want to do is just kind of like walk us all the way through from how to apply. I'm not going to walk us all the way through that process. You can actually watch. I have another video that's less than 3 minutes that just walks you straight through the application process for all of the other international locations. We're going to talk about how I'm tracking. We're going to talk about what I'm seeing in each of the different international marketplaces, because we do have one that already has a creator hub, but only one, and it's not the one it's not Canada. So let's start here. So first off, if you want to go and apply to additional marketplaces, you're going to come here to just the regular place where you apply for Amazon Influencer. Now, how are you going to pick the different geographies? You're going to do this little drop down here, and you'll see here are the 15 other locations, marketplaces that have Amazon Influencer available. Now, I have registered for all of them to help save us all the headache of needing to try if you don't want to try all of them. And if you are already an Amazon influencer and approved for on-site in the .com in the US, then really it takes like less than 5 minutes to sign up for each. You just come here, you click on the one, you click on sign up, and it's going to basically give you the option to start a new account or use your existing account. You already have influencers, so if you just click your existing account, it's pretty instantaneous that you get that approval for the influencer program. Now, a couple of the geos did require that I sign up as an associate separately first and then do influencer. But again, it took probably less than 5 minutes, even including the additional sign up for associates and then influencer. It's very fast. And again, I have a video that just walks you through that process. So go check that one out if you want to start signing up for the different marketplaces. So once you do that, and I'm going to show you my spreadsheet here. So here I have my spreadsheet where I'm just tracking all of the different marketplaces where I'm signed up for. I kept my storefront link because most of them are the same handle that I have in the US on the .com, right? It's my shop / Liz on a journey or .ca / shop / Liz on a journey. Some of them I got numbers. I need to reach out to support and get them to update my handle so that it's my personalized one, but I just kept them all here so that I don't lose them, right? The next thing that I'm keeping track of is the IDs that I'm being assigned in each geo, just so I know. So I've got offsite IDs, I've got onsite IDs here, just so that I have them. And in a couple of the geos, I already had like an associates, but when I signed up for a influencer, it gave me an additional associates and offsite ID. So I have a couple geos that have like 2 offsites and an onsite. It's not really a big deal. It's just something that you want to be aware of. And when you're updating all of your properties, your websites, places you're going to be linking from, you just want to make sure you get all of your IDs, offsite, onsite, all of it. If I've completed the tax information, which I'll just be transparent with you guys, I have not done any of the tax stuff yet. I am just loading videos until I start making money, and then I'll tackle that next part. And then notes. Now, I will call out China has affiliate only. I went ahead and signed up. I don't anticipate doing much with it, but just wanted to let you know that's why it's down there. So once you register and you get set up, you can start actually uploading videos. Now, I wanted to start with India because I find this to be really fascinating. I'll show you Canada in just a second, but Canada does not have a creator hub and is already showing on-site placement. So when you create all of these new influencer accounts in the different marketplaces, you'll see Amazon actually pulls in my bio, my banner, and my name along with all of my socials here. That's really great because you don't have to go and recreate, and it keeps your branding the same across all of the different locations. Now, I imagine that if I change this, it's not going to change across all of the geos. And I haven't tried it yet, but just calling that out, like it pulls it in the first time. I don't know if it's going to hold if I change in my .com across all of the different locations. That would be ideal, but not yet. I don't know. So this is the India shop, right? You'll see that I have a random number up here. It's not my customized handle, but I thought this was really interesting. India already has a creator hub. So like if I go to, let's see, the .com has the creator hub, of course, but if I go to Canada here, it just says manage content. There's no drop down for a creator hub, right? It just shows up just like in the US if you're managing like your photos or your idea lists, right? This just comes over here. So, but in India, we actually already have a creator hub. Now, the interesting part about this to me, I have one that was rejected. It's approved in the US, but it was rejected in India for irrelevant content. So I'm sure that we'll learn as we go what the different marketplaces rules are and preferences, maybe some social norms that we're not aware of just going into it. But these have been in review at this point for almost a week. So I kind of wonder if India has an actual like on-site placement process similar to the US that they're just not public with yet. So we're learning a lot as we go, but I'm going to go ahead and close these. I just kind of wanted to show you that as we got started. But I wanted to show you too, like that each of these looks similar, but we don't have curations in every geo either. So this is in the US, and then it is also available in Canada, but not in any of the others. So it may be that it's attached to on-site placement, kind of unclear, but yeah, that's something else that's different. So you'll see my Canada shop. I've started uploading just again to kind of experiment and see what I can get approved, what gets on-site placement, like how that's kind of rolling out. And so I have, was this like 9 videos, and then I have a bunch of photos that I uploaded earlier this fall just to play with. Now, as we get into this, you'll see this is what the, not Creator Hub, but the Manage Videos looks like in Canada. In Canada, they do have brand videos in the upper carousel, but they are not yet including influencer videos in the upper carousel. So my assumption is that this will come, but it's not quite yet. Okay. So like you'll see I've just got brand videos up here, right, for the seller. But if I scroll down, this is where we are seeing influencers show up on the product listing, right? So this is customer videos. We've got the brand video, and then we've got, ta-da, we've got an influencer video down here. Now, I also have an influencer video for this product, and I've uploaded it, but I haven't gotten placement on this listing yet. So I'm really hoping to follow Benjamin and Ashley onto this listing. So this is where we're seeing it, right? This is exciting, guys, because if we have the ability to scale the program across multiple marketplaces, this is where we can really kind of like be first in, win those spots in the carousel, and hopefully stay there for long periods of time, converting a lot of traffic, right? Yeah, so I did want to show you, this is one of the ones that I've uploaded for Lion Latch. She is a partner that I do some content for now and again. And you'll see, again, this is just down videos for this product. Now, she doesn't have on her listing here a brand video. So at the moment, I'm the only video on here, just in general. But guys, that does show you, right? Like if we find listings in these other marketplaces, in the US, Lion Latch has like a bunch of videos. It's incredibly competitive, right? But in Canada, there's just me right now. So, I mean, I love Lion Latch. So if you want to go create a video for it, by all means, but it's just kind of like showing what kind of opportunity there is here. So, All right. Walkthrough. I promised some of you that I would walk you through just kind of like how I am managing all of the marketplaces and keeping track with things. So I'm currently just using a Google Sheet. I will have a link down below. If you want this sheet blank, you can have it. I have a link down below. You can go and get the spreadsheet. Just it will give you like an opportunity to make a copy of it and just take it and use it, right? So I'm keeping track of all of the marketplaces that I'm registered in. But then I also am keeping track of videos in a list for each marketplace and where they're posted. So I have kind of like two directions that I'm doing this right now. This is a list of all of my on-site, well, all of my shoppable videos, whether they have placement or not. I used the Fluencer Fruit extension in Creator Hub to download all of this information. So like over here on this master, it has my conversion rates, my views, all of the things that you can see in Creator Hub. This is my master list. And I just pulled my video link into this tracking sheet, right? So I've got video list for marketplace. So I've got all of the marketplaces listed across here, and I'm highlighting where I'm at in my process, right? And so what I'm doing is I'm going into the product listing. I am taking that link, plugging it into Genius Link, and then seeing which geos that it's in. And I'll walk you all the way through this in a minute. But then I'm going to go back and upload these videos into each of these, like moving forward, right? When I'm doing it the other way, so I started the other day because I was like, oh, I'm uploading new videos instead of just uploading them to the .com. I may as well just go ahead and upload them through the Create a Post page, like back to back to back, right? Since there is no Creator Hub in the other marketplaces yet, you have to upload each video to each marketplace individually. And yes, I can hear you groaning. It is time consuming, right? Because you just kind of have to like do it. But I want to show you. So this is 17 videos that I've taken as like the first part of this experiment. And if I scroll over here, I've actually counted. I've uploaded 17 videos to 71 different locations between the US and the other marketplaces, right? That is a significant way to scale this program, assuming on-site rolls out to all of these locations, right? So you'll see like Australia, Canada, the UK, Singapore, Germany. I have a decent number in all of these locations. Even Japan, where the storefront is currently showing like that it can't pull the videos. But when I look at the content page, it's showing that they're approved and showing, yeah, that they're approved. They aren't just showing like on the storefront yet. So it's pretty interesting. But let's do one of these kind of like all the way through with me. I'm not going to sit here while the videos upload, right? But we're going to assume that I have my video ready, my video file ready, and my thumbnail. And basically, I'm going to go over to my US storefront, and I'm going to click on, I'm going to pick this can opener. Right. I'm going to pick this can opener. So I'm going to click into the listing, and I'm actually just going to take the product listing link, right? And I'm going to go over to Genius Link. Now, Genius Link, in case you're not familiar, is one of the deep linking softwares that helps you basically like create a link so that if you're on mobile, when people click into it, it will open in the app as opposed to taking them to the mobile page, right? But one of my friends was telling me like, oh, you can actually tell what geos the listing is live on if you put the link in. So I went ahead and put the link in here, right? This is our can opener. And you can see as I scroll here, it has all of the listings for this product in the different geographies, right? So when I go, I'm going to go down and see, all right, so Sweden as an example, the rest of them perfect matches. That means that when I go and upload content, I'm just going to click and put in the ASIN. Now, one of the other things you can do, obviously, is click into this, right? let's see, and see it. And then when you're doing your upload, it will show in your browsing history, which makes it super easy as well, right? But one of the other things is once you get through all these perfect matches, which this is a significant number of marketplaces, right? UAE does not currently have influencers. Saudi Arabia does not. Mexico is not currently accepting new applications. But other than that, all of those have this listing and have an influencer program, right? So I'll take the time, pull that video and the thumbnail that I have for it and upload them to all of these different geos. Now, interesting, this is a case where it's not an exact match, but there are search results found for this product. Oh, interesting. This one is not. Usually when you click on this and it shows that they're like that those keywords pull, it will show you something like this, right? And sometimes in the different marketplaces, they are listed just a little bit differently, right? So it is worth some of those if you just have oodles of time to jump over and see if they are set up differently in that different marketplace. Now, this one we've clicked on too, and there are no others that look like, oh yeah, I could also tag the product just using the ASIN for that marketplace. So I probably won't spend much more time on this. But now I have a significant number of marketplaces that I can go upload this can opener video that I already have done to these locations. All right. So let me just click through this and make sure there wasn't anything else that I was going to show you. I think we're good. Oh, I did want to show you this hack. All right. So when I'm working through this list, right, I know that I've got like 7, I don't know, 10 geos to upload to. I've got France, the UK, Japan, Singapore. I'm just going to come here to the create post page. And this actually, I can just change the end of the URL here, and it will take me to that geo's create a post page. So like if I'm coming here, and if you don't know, you can just see amazon.fr. So if I come here, that's Japan that I just put in. I'm just going to take these off and just put FR. And then it's going to take me to my upload page for France, right? So really quick, if you're just uploading videos, I'm doing one video at a time, switching geographies, right? I know that there's a way to do the geography and just do all of your videos, but this seems to be the process that's working for me the most. Now, in way of language, yes, I know that I am uploading videos in English to Germany, to France, to Sweden, to all of these places where English is either sometimes spoken, not predominantly spoken, Japan. My current experiment is just to upload them in English and see if they get approved, and also to see if they start getting traction, right? For the titles, I am using Google Translate. It's just translate.google.com, but I am using Google Translate to translate my titles in some of these, again, just to experiment with it. So far, outside of India, my videos have all been approved across all of the marketplaces in English. So at the moment, that's still okay. One of the next things that I'll try, and in the Fluencer Fruit members group, one of the members shared how she's using a voiceover software to translate the voice track for the video into the other languages before uploading them. So there are a couple different ways that we can use the existing content and scale for these other marketplaces. And as we go, we'll learn, right? There's going to be a lot of just learning curve. The Creator University in each of the different locations is saying on-site placement, but there's not a ton of information just yet. So I'm here to help, trial by fire for you. If you are currently uploading into the different geos, I would love to hear what your strategy is. Are you starting with just 3 to see if there's a placement, to see if there's approval, all of those things? Are you going all in, all of your videos? Or where are you guys kind of sitting? Like, this has been a really interesting rollout from Amazon. And while I imagine that we'll continue to see over the next 12 to 24 months, like a rollout process across the different marketplaces. I do think that there's a lot that we can learn really early. The last reason that I was going to tell you for why I'm doing this and experimenting with it early. If I look at my .com shoppable videos. So it is currently December of 2023, and I've been in the influencer program since December of 2021. And if I look at some of my top producing videos, they're the ones that I did at the beginning that weren't necessarily amazing, right? Um, but I was one of the first influencers on them. And I do think that there's something to being on the listing early and being able to show conversions in a way that maybe helps win the carousel spot. We don't have enough data around it to really prove that, but just anecdotally watching how my videos have performed on the US marketplace, I think there's something to that. So if I can get into some of these other marketplaces, especially the English speaking ones, I know that as the influencer group grows on the ones that are in Spanish and Portuguese and Japanese and everything else, that mine will most likely be displaced. And I think that's totally right. But if I can get, especially on the English speaking marketplaces, a little bit of traction for products that I'm already creating content for, I do think that there is a good opportunity to scale the influencer program internationally for us. So I hope that helps. Please let me know if you have any questions. You can leave them in the comments down below, or feel free. We have a group over on Facebook, the Fluencer group. I will also link to that down below, and we would love to have you join us over there. So I hope that helps.